Momentum is the shout, the energy. Most teachers do not walk into a kid's class when they're very little and say, "Kids, pump up the volume." No, they're like, "Shh," because you have too much momentum. Your relatives are here. Shh, quiet down. You have too much momentum. Have you ever had the shout and then life knocks the shout out of you? You're doing well and then you get a breakup, life knocks the shout out of you. You're doing well, you find out you're ill, life knocks the shout out of you. But when you're little, we start with this momentum. We start with, watch, a shout. But it's amazing to me as I've researched all these years, you find people even in their teens where all of a sudden the shout goes to a whisper. In their 20s, the shout goes to a whisper. In the 30s, the shout goes to a whisper. In their 40s, the shout goes to a whisper. It's like, "How's your husband?" Watch, "He's okay." "How are your children?" "They're okay." "How's your life going?" "It's okay." But I believe that we can get our shout back. In 1999, a friend of mine that you would know, he brought me a guy, and the guy sat down and he started telling me about his challenges, and the gentleman's name who was telling me about his challenges is Robert Downey Jr. Now, Robert Downey Jr. in 1999 was kind of going into a spiral, but we all knew about it. And he would later talk about it, struggling with addiction. And so I remember Robert said to me, "Tim, you helped this guy, that guy, that guy." And he named a bunch of his celebrity friends. He said, "I want you to do me a favor. Just help me to be okay." And I said, "That's going to be a problem." I said, "Because I don't really believe in okay. I really don't." When Robert said, "Just help me to be okay," I don't blame him for thinking that way, because when you have had the shout knocked out of you, pay attention, you just want to be okay. But I said, "Robert, I'm not really good at okay." See, I believe that we start with this thing called momentum, and then you have what I call life interruption. A life interruption could be your parents got divorced. A life interruption was you found out you had lupus. You found out you had a rare disease. A life interruption could be you were in some kind of an accident and something happened even in childhood. This is what we see in a lot of people's lives that I work with, is that they were doing very well and then somehow, some way, some life interruption hit. Every single person that's sitting here right now, you have had life interruptions that you sometimes do not tell us about. And now this life interruption hits. If you're not careful, look, you'll start to go into a place of compromise, and you're not thinking different, better, more magical. You're just thinking survival. But as I've been talking around the world, you were made for magic, and magic was made for you. Somebody needs your magical life. Somebody needs you to soar. Somebody needs you to be brilliant. Somebody needs you to be fantastic. So in the case of Robert, we knew we were going to get him out of okay, but we didn't know we were going to make him Iron Man. So I was driving with my buddy, a friend of maybe yours too, Michael Mina, who owns all the restaurants, and they had just put up this big mural on the side of one of the buildings on Sunset. I think it goes probably like at least 4 stories high. And it was for one of Robert's last movies on Iron Man. And I told Mina, I said, "Man, I just got to pull over." And I pulled over and I got emotional. Because one minute you could be so dead you look like you're finished. One minute you look so dead that the media says they're finished. I said, it's never over until it's really over. How many of you know it's not over for you? You're about to rise one more time. You were made for magic, and magic was made for you.